I bet you I can. Challenge is accepted. To clone you, I need to figure out exactly where you were. So I saw 3 cars hanging upside down. So I typed in on Google, cars hanging upside down, and it came up with the 3 cars in Beverly Hills, California. After a little more research, I found the exact address to where the car that you licked was. I took my cloning kit in my hand and drove 4 hours all the way to Beverly Hills. Once I was in Beverly Hills, I was looking all over the place to find the 3 cars hanging upside down so I can swab your DNA right off the side of it. I knew I was getting close because I started seeing nice supercars. Then finally, as I turned the corner, I see the 3 cars hanging upside down, and the one at the end, the green one that you licked, which is the one I'm gonna swab your DNA right off the side of. I then walked straight up to the green car and did an examination with my optical lens. I had to figure out if your DNA was still on the car or if it dried up. DNA can last up to 7 days on any surface, so I knew I was not too far off. After finding the exact spot that you licked, I examined it and the DNA was still on there, so I swabbed it right off the side of the car using a scientific circular motion to make sure I get every single piece of DNA off that car. I then took your DNA grade Q-tip and put it inside my chemical grade DNA casing to make sure that it was safe and secured. I put a top and tightly secured your DNA inside my DNA grade tube and put it inside my protection case for extra level of security. I then locked it up and went back to my laboratory so I could clone you. Back at the lab, I had my 2 assistants with me. We then opened up the protective case and took out your DNA. My assistant then handed me an agar plate and I placed your DNA Q-tip inside the agar plate. I then put cytochrome 437 solution on top. What this does is make it clear and easy, so when I put it underneath my microscope, I can fully see your DNA move. I then perfectly adjusted the microscope so I can look into your DNA at 2000x. I then had both of my assistants look at it to make sure that it was good to be cloned, and they said it was good. You can see the DNA moving around perfectly, ready to be cloned in my laboratory. My assistant then handed me sulfuric acid, otherly known as H2NO3 solution. After cloning over 30 humans, I now know exactly how much to pour. I then poured tartaric acid, otherly known as C4H6OR6. After the DNA was fully engulfed, I then put your DNA inside my laboratory oven. What this will do is turn the agar plate into a hard substance so I could colonize it. After 48 hours, it was time to do the streaking method. Streaking an agar plate is a substance used as an amazing technique to get every single piece of DNA on top. You can see the white DNA cells on top of the agar plate. Right there is a colony of DNA. This is you currently after 4.5 weeks, and soon I will have you for myself.